Welcome everybody to the Business Podcast, where we pour out business lessons week after week after week after week. I'm your host, Super Joe Pardo, and this week is brought to you by Sales Won't Save Your Business, which is a book that's not brand new, but you can go to saleswon't.com and pick it up on Amazon and Kindle, paperback, and audio back formats. This week, I want to talk about getting back in the saddle. Obviously, if you've been following me and my journey, like you're watching this video behind me, if you're watching the video on YouTube or Facebook, but if you're not, if you're listening to this on your favorite podcast app, it's been a while since I've been able to really get up the energy and find the time to put together a new podcast episode. It's crazy because I've been doing interviews on other people's shows for the last couple of months, but on my show, I've only released, I think, like 3 or 4 episodes this year, which is not how I want to start this year. So I really want to get back into doing it. And when I was talking to a friend of mine who runs the Unstructured podcast, which you should go check out. I just did an interview over there. Go to superjoepardo.com/press. Check that out. We were talking about like, hey, burnout happens, and was I experiencing burnout? I know in the months leading up to me taking an extended break, I was talking a lot about taking time for yourself and taking time to figure out what it is that you want and how you're going to get there and all that stuff. And you should go back and listen to those episodes. It was especially timely because of the fact that Christmas was coming up and all that stuff. And I really want to put an emphasis on the fact that, like, hey, I took a break. I was dealing with illness, and then I was dealing with this idea that, like, I might have my own TV show. How wild would that be? Like, instead of just me and my voice talking to you, listening or watching these videos that I'm doing, taking the vlog style format that I did back in 2017 and delivering business lessons in those and taking it to the next level, which is going to businesses, going to small businesses and helping them focus on their team, their offer, their process. And man, it has been such a journey. I've been able to team up with people from all over the world to help bring this idea to fruition. And I am actually, as of recording this, on Monday, we're going to go film episode 1 of the Top with Super Joe Pardo. But in the meantime, this what I love podcasting, what I love talking to the camera, what I love getting to help business owners has suffered. I've taken the time out to do things that I need to do in order to get the show in place. But at the same time, I want to continue to do the podcast because if it wasn't for this podcast, if it wasn't for you listening, if it wasn't for you watching, I wouldn't have this ability or this opportunity in front of me to go and help small business owners all over with getting their stuff straight and having my own TV show in the process. So, one of the things I was thinking before I turned on the camera here was, man, it's been so long. I need to just do it. I need to just jump back in and get it done. And here we are. Sometimes it's like jumping into the pool, right? The pool's cold. It's cold. It might not really be that cold. It's probably like 70 degrees or 80 degrees. But hey, that feels cold when you're jumping into the pool. But walking in and warming up to it is not always the best way of doing it. One of the things I tried to try to get rid of the flinch was I've been trying this the cold shower thing. I saw a video on YouTube where a guy did 30 days of taking a cold shower every single day, and I kind of liked it. I only did it 2 days, and then I was like, But the idea is something about getting rid of the flinch. Before you jump in, I want to make sure that I know that I'm about to jump in and get it done, rather than like I'm gonna warm up the water and then pull it down and slow till finally I'm in a cold shower. I think when you know that there's something that you should be doing and should have been doing, I know I should have been doing this podcast recording and updating everybody. I've been updating through Facebook Lives and stuff like that. So if you're not following me there, go to facebook.com/SuperJoePardo. Make sure you're liking that page so you can get all of the Facebook Lives that I've been doing. But it's a really tough. It's really tough just trying to make yourself psyched up and getting hyped up to go and do something that it's like, am I good? Is the topic I'm going to talk about good enough? Is what I'm bringing to the table good enough? I want to talk about my show. I have my show promo playing behind me right now, but I still need to deliver on the promise of business lessons and bringing new content, fresh content, to this outlet, right? To this media outlet. So, I think sometimes the best way is just to do it like a Band-Aid. One rip right off. And that's how you're going to get to where you want to be instead of just coming up with excuses and falling down that rabbit hole. I mean, recently I just got back into running. I hadn't been running at least somewhat regularly since I think October. And then I fell off and couldn't get back in. Then I was really sick through most of January and part of February, recovering through most of February. And here we are. This is March, flew by like that, and now it's already middle April. But now I'm going out, I'm running a couple days a week, getting back on that regiment, getting back into I'm going to talk on the on camera and record it as a podcast episode, get this out there, and in the meantime, doing more interviews. And I do I do have another book that I want to write. I don't want to give out the title yet, but I'm visualizing all of it. I'm going through, when I'm driving to the shop, to the repair shop in the mornings, I'm thinking through all the different chapters and things like that and making notes, trying to just piece it together as I go. And then there's MapCon, the Mid-Atlantic Podcast Conference, which we are, really well into the process of getting the show to, getting the conference together and getting everybody on board with the new T-shirt designs that just came out, selling tickets to the private Elevate Your Podcast conference course that is I'm super proud to be having Samantha Riley from Australia coming to help teach the course with me. I mean, that is just awesome. So there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and I think sometimes we enable ourselves to beat ourselves up, to be like, well, I didn't get the podcast episode out. I'm not doing enough. I need to do more. And sometimes you just, slowing down is a good thing, but also sometimes just jumping right in and just getting it done, because making some kind of progress is better than zero. And I've talked at length in the past about not treadmilling on zero, not getting into the routine of feeling like you're not getting where you want to be. And but you are making progress, but you're just stuck on a number. You're stuck on a stat. You're stuck on something that's I can't get through because that specific thing is holding me back. It's holding me down from feeling like I've accomplished anything, when you've definitely moved the needle. So I hope everybody has an incredible week ahead. Monday is going to be extremely exhausting. I don't know if I'm going to do any Facebook Live. We'll be doing a bunch of behind the scenes footage and things of that nature. And if you want to support that show, if you could go to superjoepardo.com/support, you can subscribe to the Patreon. There's all kinds of rewards that you can get, including behind the scenes footage and extras, one-on-one time with me, group time with me, getting your name in the credits of the show. There's a ton of things that you can do that to help support the show that I could do for you in helping me get this show supported. So I hope you all have an incredible week, and I will see you all next week. I promise I will not be taking weeks off going forward. That's a promise.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of The Business Podcast featuring Super Joe Pardo. Get more business content at superjoepardo.com. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on The Business Podcast, Send an email to joe@superjoepardo.com.